place a grim, haunted look. The manager, I knew, had left that morning to visit his mother in town, and there hadn't been a guest in weeks. The summer cabins up the road were similarly empty, surrounded by walls of stacked, frozen cordwood. Viewed from above, their roofs, like the stores and hostels, would have looked like lost islands in a river of trees. A cold tongue of wind touched my face, and I felt the familiar ache in my shoulder. Planting a hand in my pocket, I took another swallow of coffee. A car passed by on the state road just up the slope, sending vibrations through the hard, frozen air. When it was gone, the park once again wrapped itself in stillness. Even now, in 2007, this was a corner of the world that had been left in peace, tucked away in the forgotten forests of Pennsylvania, high in the northernmost tendrils of the Blue Ridge Mountains. In my great-grandfather's time, the two quarries up here had crawled with the to and fro of laborers. Now they were just a pair of lakes where, if you were to stand on the bottom, you could look up and see the legs of swimmers and the bottoms of aimless canoes. Or at least that's what you would see in the summer. At this time of year, you would be trapped under a foot of ice, and, more often than not, the only other person for miles around would be me. Finishing the dregs of the coffee, I crushed the cup and went in, plucking a dirty ashtray from one of the tables as I passed. The door banged shut behind me. I slipped my library book into my purse and turned in a circle, making sure everything was turned off. The grill and the coffee machine and the deep fryer that left my skin smelling like hot oil. My eyes swept over the small space, skimming past the blurred reflections of the young woman with the pointed elbows who turned with me. Of course, everything was turned off. I had never forgotten. Just as I was reaching into my pocket for the keys, the door hinges groaned behind me. Jumping in surprise, I spun to face the front of the store, realizing even as I did it that I was moving much too quickly, making a mistake. Pain sang through my hip and shot down my arm in a dart, hard and searing, the shock of it running through me like a blade. Gasping and bending nearly double, I found myself standing with my back against the grill, staring wide-eyed at a stranger.
"Please don't scream. I'm so sorry. Please don't scream."
The stranger was tall and thin, wearing jeans and a padded brown jacket that was much too large for him, black hair protruding from under a dirty knit cap, a scarf wrapped over his nose and mouth. His hands were bare and half-raised, as if in surrender. "What do you want?" I asked. My hip throbbed, and I gripped it with both hands, pressing down against the muscles that had seized over the bone. The pain sent a cloud across my vision, harsh and blue and electric, and for a moment I thought I would have to kneel on the floor. The stranger's eyes were wide and black above the scarf.
"I'm very sorry. Are you all right?"
With an effort, I nodded.
"I saw the light on,"
he continued, obviously alarmed.
"I thought your store was open."
"It's not my store, and it's closed." Facing him, I caught my breath. "What were you coming in for?"
Nothing. Please, don't worry about it."
He lowered his palms and glanced around, seeming to take in the shelves of insect repellent and canned sausages, the ice cream case, the telephone that had been dead since the fire.
"I was just looking for something hot to drink."
I gave him a long, doubtful look, keeping a grip on my side as I slowly straightened. "We're closed," I said again.
"I'm very sorry. I can see I've inconvenienced you."
He stepped backward, reaching behind him and fumbling for the knob. His accent sounded foreign, the words rounded and stumbling, dropping like marbles.
"I'll come in tomorrow."
"It's Saturday. We're not open tomorrow." I drew a breath. He was extraordinarily slim, a pale slice of a person, with a high voice and raised eyebrows. A musty smell seemed to emerge from his coat when he moved. "Is there something you need?"
"Oh, no, I don't want to trouble you. In fact, I'm really just looking for the man, whoever runs this little hotel up the hill. I thought you might know where he was, or she."
He tugged the scarf down, revealing thin lips and cheeks that were